My name is Emily. I live in the Central Goldfields in Victoria, in Australia, with my lovely husband Ben in a beautiful old cottage. I've thought about creating a podcast so many times and I never have, and I thought I'd just give it a shot. I am wearing a Felix sweater, or pullover I think it's called. I can't remember who it's by, but I'll put all of that down below. I modified it so that it just had like a simple raglan increase instead of the fun little eyelets. I've got another one with those, so I wanted something a little bit different, but I love the fit of this sweater and get so many compliments on it. It was this pattern was the first sweater pattern that I've ever knitted. And honestly, like, I put it off for so long because I was like, oh, like, it's such a giant project. I just stuck to like hats and that kind of thing. But you know, when you break it down, oh my goodness, so much easier, I think, than some of those smaller things, even if it takes a bit longer. It's, yeah, a perfect project, I think, for, you know, knitting in the car, or like while you're chatting with someone, or, you know, one of those things that you can just keep on cruising. So that's lovely. I wanted to talk to you today about a project that I've been working on a little bit lately, purely because it's a secret birthday surprise for Ben, and it's his birthday coming up soon. So I wanted to show it to you before all of that happens, so you can be in on the secret too. I reckon it was 2020. No, it was 2019, it was the year before. I don't even know why, but I thought, handmade socks, that would be a nice a birthday gift. So I found this pattern. It is called Hocus Pocus socks or something like that. It's a free one, and it has a lovely little cable. I don't know if that will focus. Nope. This lovely cable detail down the side, and I'd never really knitted socks before, so it was a whole learning curve. I found a lovely yarn shop locally and got some yarn from her, and created some socks. The sad thing was he got a sock for his birthday because I ran out of time to sneakily do it when he wasn't around. So these are very well loved socks. They're incredibly mended. And so each year it's kind of been this tradition that I've made him a pair of socks. So I couldn't find one of the pairs, and another pair he's wearing today. But I thought I'd show you the ones that I've made him in the past, and then I would show you the one I'm currently working on, because again, he's not even going to get a sock for his birthday. I'm going to wrap up what I've got so far, needles and all, and give it to him. So he'll know it's coming, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit late, unfortunately. So there was another, this took it took less than a skein, let's say that, because I made another pair of socks with different contrasts out of the same skein. I can't find those ones, and I know they'll be around somewhere. In fact, they might be in my mending pile, which is another reason for trying to get these socks happening. So that was the first pair. Then there was the other pair that, yeah, I'm now remembering where they are. I then made, again, Hocus Pocus socks. You can't really see the cable, sorry. You can't really see the cable all that well on these because of just the colour of the yarn, I think, and yeah, the dappliness of it. These are knit out of, called onion sock yarn or something like that. I've been trying to knit socks without nylon, and it hasn't gone all that well, which is why I'm mending them a lot. Emma from the Woolly Mammoth has, I can't remember if it was a blog post or maybe a podcast, I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find it, on great tips for knitting socks with no nylon. and getting them to last, but I just haven't really had too much success, unfortunately. These have lasted better than some of the others. They have nettle fibres in them instead of nylon, which is really cool, and they have some beautiful colours. Excuse me, I'm gonna have a drink. This is my... Do you ever go through phases of like your favourite mug? You always go for the same one in the mug drawer. This is my favourite at the moment. I op-shopped it and I just love it. It's a great size, the colour's beautiful, it's nice to hold. I'm drinking a hot cacao, a little bit of local honey in it as well, so it's nice and warming. And I also have, not that I've started on this yet, I also have a cookie, just in case I get a bit hungry. So yes, these are the, probably the third pair. I don't know if one of the pairs, I haven't done the maths. I think one of them I might have just given him. I can't remember. So the next year, these are made out of Tukuwool, and the color, I love this colour so much. As you can probably tell, mustard. Although this is more of like a brownie colour. I made these just like, these were like pure simple socks, really. They I think I cast on 64 stitches. They've got a 2x2 ribbing up the top, and then a heel flap and gusset. These two, there's a lot of mending in the main colour that you can't see because I had a little bit left over, which I didn't with the others. That's why you can see the mending so much on them. But these are fast needing some more mending too, unfortunately. So these feel lovely, like they're really rustic, and I thought they might have felt a bit more, which is one of the things that Emma talks about, knitting them a little bit longer so that they felt at the toes. And it's not so much the toes that Ben and I seem to have issues with in our socks so much. It's like under the ball mostly. So you know, it's been a learning curve, and I've really enjoyed the process. So those ones, and then last year I only gave them to him like maybe a month or two ago, and I considered hanging on to them for this year, but I thought, no, you need socks. And I think once you've worn hand knit socks, it is so hard to go back to garden variety. I'm not sure, like bought cotton socks, you know, they're just not the same. And it's just one of those really, I love it when he wears things that I've made, you know. I feel like it's like a cozy a way to show someone that you love them, and I think there's something beautiful about that, as makers, that we can, you know, shower our loved ones in woolly goodness. So yes, this last year's socks, I used a pattern, I think it's called Springfrost or something like that, from the Petite knitter, and it's a gorgeous pattern. I have never done colour work before in my life, and it just took me a really long time to figure out the you know, tension and what needles, because I've sometimes used DPN, sometimes I do magic loop. Oh, the sun just came out. It's been really cloudy lately, but no rain. Could really use some rain. So, oh, a little patch of sunshine. That's so nice. Yes, these socks, I'd never done that before. So it was, yeah, again, a learning curve. I've learned so much through this whole like birthday sock surprise process for Ben. So that's been, it's, you know, there's been a lot of learning, and I think sometimes it can get frustrating, but at the same time I'm really excited by the that journey and the process. So this year I finished talking about, oh my goodness, my brain is so scatty. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also really excited because I've thought about this for so long. So my apologies if I'm a little bit crazy. Usually I'm more of an introverted, quiet person, so we'll see how this goes. But yes, it took a while, his last pair of socks, but we got there in the end, and they're the ones he's got on today, otherwise I'd show you, but I might try and find a picture and pop them in for you. I've started getting into natural dyeing, so there's 3 colours in the ones that I made last. I just used and they're from Bendigo Woolen Mill, which is like just up the road a little bit from us, and they have a great range of different yarns and colours, so it's nice to have something that's a bit local. So I just used I have an undyed, I do! So this was the yarn base that I used last time and that I'm using this time as well. So it has a little bit of nylon in it, which I don't love. You know, I would love to be able to make it work without. But yeah, I'm forever mending socks and I just wanted a little bit of ease. So I'll be really interested to see how they wear and report back maybe. So yes, the previous pair of socks, so I used just undyed as part of it. So I had 3 colours undyed, and then I dyed some with acorns, which made like this gorgeous, kind of like this colour, but a bit lighter, like a really lovely tan. And they smelled really good when it was cooking up too. Really like nutty and earthy, which was beautiful. And then the other colour was I dyed with rosemary from our garden, and it kind of came out like this, kind of like a greyish olive. So yeah, they're really lovely. I love how they look and how they've worked out. They just took, ooh, hang on a second. I've got some bread in the oven, so it's just the timer going off. I've got 15 minutes extra. You should take the lid off to let it brown up a little bit more. So yes, I had the previous pair of socks. I used this, and I'm using the same this time. So I dyed the contrast colour with avocado. It's focusing on my face. And the main colour, oh, it's not coming out very true, but oh, that's good. Out of marigold, and then I like modified it a little bit with iron to make it more of like it's kind of a bit more olivey. Olivey mustard maybe. So I took inspiration because Ben's favourite were these pair, the first ones I ever made, and the most patched, I would say. They both, like, look at this. So they're not as comfy as they were either, because they've got like a million little patches on them. So I took inspiration from them, but I didn't love the cable on that one. It's quite fiddly. There's like a little point, this bit here. I don't know, it just seemed to take forever when I was knitting them. So I'm just doing like a simple crossover. This time, there we go. And I love how they're looking. It's just, yes, very sad. Like, he's gonna get as skerrick of a sock for his birthday. But yeah, I'm really enjoying how they're looking as they're knitting up. It's been a really fun process, and yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to give them to him finished, as well as, you know, on his actual birthday. So that's mainly what I'm working on at the moment. I'm also making a sweater. It is, let's see, what's it called? Men's Aran Sweater by Isle of Yarn. So I've just done the ribbing. I'm thinking about changing a couple of the cables, so I have to sit down and do a little bit of maths to figure out what's going to fit in those spots. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I ordered some knitting for Olive. Merino yarn. Oh, it's like exactly the same, or almost the same as my scarf. And I've never used it before. This is the heavy merino, but it feels lovely, and I think just like it almost has a little bit of grippiness. So I think the cable definition should be really lovely. So I'm looking forward to getting onto the next section. It's kind of been a little bit on hold while I'm working on these socks for Ben. It's when he's home, it's the sweater that comes out because he knows I'm working on that. But yes, when he's not home, it's been the socks. So yeah, we'll see how they go. I'll keep you updated on my progress with them, and yeah, you might see a few other little snippets of my day. Yeah, I've like I said, it's his birthday very soon, so I've got a apple pie half done. He's not a huge fan of cake, um, so it's yeah, and he loves pie. So it's gonna be apple pie, and so yeah, I've got the pastry chilling in the fridge at the moment. I've made some bread for French toast later in the week. So yeah, I love that whole birthday week, just sharing each other in love. It's really special. He's a big part of my life, and I adore him. So yes, I don't know what this is going to end up like. Thank you for joining me. I'm only halfway through my hot drink, so I'm gonna maybe do a little bit on Ben's sock, finish off my drink, eat my cookie, and then get on with the rest of my day. Thank you for joining me. It's been lovely to meet you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.